Okay, so as you can see, it is a lovely day. The snow is all gone. And we are going on a road trip. So we're going to head up to Oklahoma, and on the way up, we're going to stop at several Goodwills, and we're going to stop our thrift stores in general, and we're going to stop at the Goodwill bins in Oklahoma City because we've never been there and we want to give that a shot. And we'll see what stuff I can find today. So let's go. All right, let's go in. I didn't take any video inside because it was just too hectic and I needed both hands. So here we are with the haul from the Oklahoma City bins. I'm gonna go over this stuff real quick with you because I have some kids that want some stuff out of this. I'm gonna start over here with the clothing. Jack Daniels shirt, t-shirt, should do well. This pair of Nike shorts, just do it. There's an ugly Star Wars Christmas sweater. There's a long sleeve shirt that is Antigua, yeah. And then a fancy bathrobe. Just let my wife make that decision. I found a giant, I don't know how long this is. This is probably 2.5, 3 foot zip tie. I'm like, I don't have a use for that now, but you know, one day I bet you I will. There's a shape sorter from Play School that I'll sell that the kids sell. There's a Gecko Mobile, one of the many Gecko Mobiles. This appears to be a building block set called Ideal Blocks. The wife found this one, and the wife also found this volumetric exerciser. So in this age of respiratory illness, I guess she thinks it's going to sell. I don't know. Here's a vintage oval-shaped picture puzzle. Nursery rhyme picture puzzle. I did look up the comps while I was actually in the bins, and it's nothing special, but my wife wanted it. Like, put it together for the kids. Okay. And then she got this one here, this Kids Puzzle of the World. It's a jumbo puzzle. Puzzles are always popular. I found some more zip ties. My wife found these two, I say vintage, it's in probably the 2000s, so yeah, it's vintage nowadays. Campbell's mugs. A little dirty, but they're in good shape. Found this interesting letter N that transforms into a robot. I don't know what this is from, but I thought I would maybe research it online. It doesn't weigh much. 20 questions. It actually works, so that's pretty cool. I found this outlet. I'm going to install it in the kitchen or something because we're always plugging in our devices, so give that a shot. That'd be great. This set that I'd started on was from PJ Masks. Kids love PJ Masks, so it doesn't have any of the parts, but my wife wanted me to get it, so we went ahead and got it. This little wooden butterfly thing, you know, you push the button and it collapses, and you let go of it. Oh, it's a butterfly. A couple of pairs of garden snips. These can be kind of expensive, and I'm always fiddling around with garden stuff, so those might actually come in useful. External DVD drive. Let's see if that works for me. A couple of toys here. A Duplo guy. I think this might go with PJ Masks. I doubt it goes with that, but it's PJ Masks, definitely. Anytime I run across Cars toys, I grab them for the kids. This is a Humvee that my wife got. I pull back on McDonald's toys. I try not to get these unless they're vintage or something. This one is from the recent one, but I guess because it's a game, she wanted to get it. I don't know how this got in here. Did Chris get a hold of her? Because I only have like 400 of these things, but I don't know. I don't have mini War Machines, so maybe I can pop this in with the other selections that I'm trying to sell. This little guy, I have no idea what he's with or from. But I don't know. I just thought he looked cool, so I picked him up. There's Care Bears figure. Fake Cupcake, I didn't get that. Racing Spaceman, I didn't get that either. This is a PJ Masks guy, and to me, these are the rare finds. This is like finding a Paw Patrol figure. They're just hard to find the actual figures. People come through and pick up every little toy they can, and for some reason this one got missed over, and I found it. A little PVC alien. She also found this Tennessee souvenir playing cards. Souvenir decks really don't go for much. I have looked them up. And some do, but not that much. But it's pretty neat. I mean, I kind of like that. I found one from Jamaica at the other bins one time. There's a Disney Monsters Plus guy. I didn't see this until I just pulled this out of the package, the bag earlier. It's like a farm set. She probably wants this for the kids, which might be fine, but we got so many animals, so it's kind of funny. I got this for me. Quick cord. It's twine with a cutter, and then here's some more just twine. I'm always using twine. Here's like a multi-pack of Scholastic school books. It's like the exact same one. It's a reading book. I thought, well, I could sell it like this at the kids' sale, or I could split them up, but I think I might just sell it like that because they do a lot of homeschooling stuff at those sales. So I don't know junk about shoes, but she does, and she was very surprised at some of these. She was really excited about the selection of shoes at this bins because they were all tied together, and they're never tied together at the other bins. So I guess they do a fair amount of business with shoes, and so they are $2.25 a piece there. You don't pay for them separately like that at the Fort Worth bins. The Oklahoma ones you pay separate, $2.25 a pair, because I guess they sell so many and they go through the trouble of sorting them. Here, this is my exciting find, which is a stack of Catan drink coasters. This one seems to be the most worn, but still, I mean, that's not bad, and it's pretty awesome. It doesn't look like it's homemade. It looks like something somebody bought. Maybe. I don't know. There's no rights reserved on it, so maybe somebody might have bought this like at a convention, because you know they have vendors that sell that sort of thing. This is a music CD. Just, I don't know. I guess it's a country and western band, but I was just kind of interested because it looked interesting. It's still sealed. You know, we love still sealed stuff. This is the whole of the Duplo I found, but big pieces are hard to come by, and the kids love the big pieces so they can make big things. I don't know why she picked up these, but okay. I'll give them to Chris, since Chris seems to enjoy digging through trading collector's cards. She also picked up some shipping labels, address labels, stuff like that, I guess, for her creative craft projects. And that's all we got at the bins in Oklahoma City. I will give, right after this, I'll talk to you a little bit about what I thought about the bins in Oklahoma, because this will be the third actual bins Goodwill outlets that I've been to, and so I have some definite opinions about it. And we'll go inside and we'll talk about them here in a little while. So here's my wrap up of Oklahoma's bins. So was it worth the extra trip? Because what we did was we went out and stayed out there, but we drove an extra hour and 20 minutes to get to Oklahoma City to go to the bin specifically, and we went to go visit a restaurant that we don't have any more in our area. So we found other things to do, and we went by the other Goodwill. Will I go again? Probably not, unless it's on our way to go do something. It was a good bins. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good size. More importantly, unlike the Dallas bins, it's not connected to a already existing Goodwill store, so it's not like the, seconds of the seconds. It's actually like the Fort Worth bins, where what happens is that the donations come in, and then stuff from other stores that didn't sell come in, and then they sell it there. Whereas the Dallas one it goes through a store first, and what doesn't sell in the store then goes to the bins. And it just seems to be a lot more picked over, and it wasn't nearly as big in the Dallas one. But the Oklahoma City one was a good size. Like I said, if you're looking for clothing, apparently that place was really good for clothing. And that really is where you make some really good profit margins. You can see a lot of other resellers online, make good money when you know the brands. You got to do, it's a lot of experience, a lot of learning about the different brands. And they also had a lot of shoes. And like I said earlier, they banded the shoes together like I showed you. And you paid for them separately because, I don't know, their selection of shoes was just so much better than the Fort Worth. And a lot of the sort of typical resellers that I see at the Fort Worth bins, like they're there all the time. They literally, I don't know that must be their full-time job. they're really always looking for shoes. You see their carts full of shoes, but they have to hunt and peck, and they're like looking for one shoe here and one shoe there, and they have like half pairs filling their carts. So for definitely clothes and shoes, that's really good. For the housewares and toys and whatnot, I'm like, They had kind of like Dallas, where they had on a big rolling conveyor, they had the bins that opened up, little bins like you have at your house, totes. And and then they had a selection of a few rows of the bigger bins like you see everywhere else, but they didn't have as many. And I feel like the Fort Worth one is still sort of on the top because it's so massive. It's like huge. There's so many bins there, and there's just a bigger selection. But like I said, as far as, I don't know if it was just because it was a Sunday, it was so packed, and I don't know if there were just extra people there and it kind of gotten extra picked over. But it makes me be like, it's okay. I would put it in a second behind Fort Worth, definitely. I know there's several other bins out there. I don't know if I'll ever get around to them, but as long as I got access to the Fort Worth one, I think I'm pretty good. So I'm going to stick there. And Oklahoma was pretty fun, but it was really busy, and there appeared to be a lot of, I don't know what you call them, professional bins people that like live there. I call them the squatters. In the Fort Worth one, I call them the squatters because they literally have like a little camp in the corner, and they've got like 6 carts, and it's crazy. But I'll still say Fort Worth is probably the best bet. But it's not bad. Any bins where you're just paying, by the pound, you're always going to find some really nice little treasures and stuff that, even other people aren't looking for. You like, you see something, you're like, wow, that's great. That's part of the fun of the whole bins experience, and even the Goodwill experience, but more of the bins because you're really digging in there to get them. And that's it. That's all of the bins experiences I've got for this week. I'm not sure when I'm going to get down there next. We'll check. Chris, it's probably been 6 times since I went to the one in Oklahoma, so to the Fort Worth one. So we'll see what he brings along next. He always has very interesting choices, and maybe he'll find a bunch of sealed up stuff. And once again, I didn't find anything sealed up there, but he's always really good at that. I don't know how he does that. Anyway, we'll see you later. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. I hate to have to say that. Subscribe and like and share and yada, yada, yada. Okay, I'll see you later. Here's a quick add-on. While we were also in Oklahoma City, we stopped by a regular Goodwill, and this is what we picked up. These fantastic cat shorts that still have the tag. Of course, everything that you buy at a regular Goodwill is going to be much pricier. So these were like $4 something or $5 something, and then there's a couple of dresses that my wife picked up for her and my daughter, and those were like $4 a piece. And I picked up this. I have some of these books, these older Walt Disney books. What's great about these, just as a side note, was this was before the age of Disney kind of having a standardized practice as to how their characters should look in every book. It's much less marketed, I guess. I don't know how you'd pronounce it, but sometimes your characters can look a little off or iffy, and I love it. That just screams vintage Disney to me. But anyway, I picked up that book and then picked up this other baby book, and then I found this for $1.50. This is actually a replacement filter for our vacuum cleaner, but it's the Arm & Hammer fancy one. So I was like, wow, that's a really good deal, because I do need to replace it. They get really nasty. So this lot right here was 16 something, almost $17 for these few items, whereas that's half of what we paid for that entire haul from the bins. So to me, like every day, the Goodwills themselves just have a little less shine. They're good for clothing because it's a little easier to go through clothing at a regular Goodwill since it's hanging and usually sorted. But when you're talking about the value, trying to maximize, then definitely the bins over regular Goodwill stores. All right, and that's it, I swear. We'll see you next time.